Hi, babies. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing so well. All right. Yeah, so interesting enough, I was having another conversation with God, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next portion of the meal. And he was like, you still have videos you haven't put out yet. You need to put them out. And I was like, what? And then he was like, and I was like, and then I was like, oh, that's right. I forgot Lilith's real origins. I mean, uh, you know. Anyways, let's talk about it. All right. So, so many people are fascinated by Lilith. However, they don't take the time to, number one, read her book, which I do give you a precaution. If you are not protected in the spirit realm, there is a warning that comes with reading her book. It says that it will drive you crazy. I read the book. I didn't go crazy, but I did get confirmation. But I did not find her origins in her book. However, in her book, she even talks about my God, El Elyon, and she knows that he outranks her. Okay? Okay? And she has this conversation with her son, and then it goes off into, this man who's like obsessed with her and, doing rituals to, get her to come to him so that he can do things. And then, he involves another woman in the rituals. And then, like, he's going, like, freaking mad the longer that he does these rituals. And he moves deep into the woods and scares the girl that he probably should have married, scares her away. She finds a new boyfriend, and then he wants to apologize for how he mistreated her. But then the boyfriend is like, "I'll kick your ass, get away from here, get away from here, you freaking freak. She told me what you did." So then he goes back to his hidden place in the woods, and Lilith is not intrigued by this guy at all. Like, she doesn't show up, okay? She doesn't show up. But he loses his mind. Um, yeah. So, let us read from my notes, okay? So, it says Lilith's real origins. So, I came across this in one of my old occult books, and it's delicious. It's yummy. If Lilith was born after Adam and Eve were made in the city of Eden and after the flood, how can she be Adam's first wife? I mean, that never set well with me. I was always like, why are these women like, oh yeah, but what about Lilith? As if like she was like, a goal to attain. And like, I guess my blood is just so strong. I always like looked my nose up at Lilith, kind of just like, I bet you it stank. I said what I said. I said what I said. I really did. Yep, I said what I said. Okay? Because I'm a proud daughter of Eve, honey, and Eve was made for Adam and brought to Adam. And when he saw her, he said, hallelujah. Okay? If you don't have that effect on your man, honey, that ain't your man, baby. All right? And God even showed me something the other day, and I want to share it with you. There was a brother on here who came up in my feed, and his video was about how God brings the woman to the man, not the other way around. And as soon as I read the title, the whole scene of Adam and Eve played in my mind, and I said, wow, that is such biblical truth. God will bring your woman to you. But you got to be able to pay attention, okay? Some of y'all don't deserve no woman. Some of y'all don't deserve to be remade over. Have you ever met a man? Now, this is a sidetrack because this is what I was thinking the other day, and I was talking about this with my angels, and I said, you know, that person has 2 sons. Golly. Golly. How did y'all let that happen? We don't need no more of him. Not no more of that corrupted DNA on the earth. No. It's a no. Stop it. Shut it down. But then you have other men that you meet and you immediately look at them and you say, he deserves to be replicated in the land because he is just, he's so divine, he's so godly, he's so, I wonder if he knows how beautiful he really is, like when he stops playing with the mask. And yeah, I know there's shame there, but because I'm a seer, I see your true colors. And when I looked at you, God will tell you, that's one of the first things I said. I was like, he deserves children, Lord. That man deserves children. And that's how deep it be getting sometime around here. It get way deeper than that. Anyways, all right. So, I'm a proud daughter of Eve, and I have nothing to do with Lilith, the mother of Asmodeus, okay? You guys know I love me some Asmodeus. Now, I know I shouldn't be loving me some Asmodeus, but I like Asmodeus because Asmodeus was confident as all get out. When I first was introduced to Asmodeus, it was when I was researching Solomon and his magic ring and his flying carpet and his descent into the demonic realm and how God gave him control over the demons, which is not unusual for high priests or high priestesses of God to be familiar with the demonic realm because they rule it and they outrank it. That's too deep for some of y'all pay grade. That's too deep for some of y'all pay grade. So let me just, okay. But Solomon was not the first in his line, and he's definitely not the last. Okay? But Asmodeus, when he was summoned by Solomon, he had an attitude, you know. He was like, listen, I was here before you, and I know who your daddy is, but you don't know who my daddy is, okay? Let me tell you of my royal nature. You want to sit here and talk about how you're a king? No, why don't you just sit down and I'm going to tell you where I come from. And it always intrigued me because, like, Asmodeus didn't go any further, but he always had this air about him where he was just like, you should be my servant, you know? And then I was researching something else and I came across, you know, that Lilith and Lucifer are his parents. And I said, oh, no wonder this little Nephilim. And I don't know how little he is, but I'm just saying, the Nephilim, you know? He was just letting it be known, you know. Listen, you come from a royal family and so do I, okay? So I like confidence, and so like that always stuck out about Asmodeus. I also like his name. So anyways, the royal decree of Lilith's bloodline goes as such. All right, so the son of Enlil and Ninlil was Nergal, also known as Meslamita. And I was wondering, is that Mestima? And he is known as the king of the netherworld. His wife was queen of the netherworld, and her name was Erish Gigal, the daughter of Nana and Ningal, and their daughter was the legendary Lilith, handmaiden to her aunt. Inanna, who we all know is Semiramis, okay? And Semiramis was Nimrod's mother, who he married and procreated with, okay? So don't come at me talking about, oh, that's the Anunnaki and that makes them, some special reptilian alien. No, no, no. They're of the land, honey. They're of the land, and they wouldn't have been if they didn't come through the flood. Okay, they came from Noah, but they came from his cursed son Ham. Yeah, and so they tried to make themselves like gods. Yeah, because they drank the gods' Kool-Aid, not El Elion's Kool-Aid, but the fallen one Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's the orange kind. Yeah, no, the Kool-Aid on El Elion's side is the red kind. And only if you rock with him will you understand what the red kind means. Okay, we drink it at communion and we plead it over everything. All right, the red kind. Okay, that's the Kool-Aid we're sipping on over here. With a little bit of lemon. Well, actually, not a little bit of lemon. Y'all want? I ain't gonna give y'all the recipe. I know some of y'all think, oh yeah, my mama make it that way. No, your mama don't make it this way, okay? Because I got a secret ingredient that I add to mine that makes you remember it. But I don't even drink Kool-Aid anymore. I haven't drunk Kool-Aid in like, when was the last time I had me some Kool-Aid, Lord? Golly. It's been like 20-something years. Yeah, because they changed it. I don't know. It don't taste the same. I don't like it. So I don't drink it. Now I do like, more grown-up flavor hibiscus. Okay. And I do the Kool-Aid recipe on that. But not a lot of sugar. You can get sweetness from other things. Not artificial and not man-made. Okay? Yeah, so she was a handmaiden to her aunt, Semiramis. All right? So, supposedly there's a chart of the Grand Assembly of the Anunnaki, and there were 600 of them of the netherworld and 300 of the heavens. Interesting, right? So the family tree was all part of the underworld. So then I went and I start looking into Negral, also known as Mesla Thea, I don't know. And then he has another name, Kutha Ald, the Akkadian. He also has a twin brother. And when I saw that, it made me think of Poseidon and his 10 sons because they were twins. Kutha is where Abraham was born. So in the Bible, it says Ur of the Chaldees, okay? But in more ancient records, it's known as Kutha. Kutha is in the Bible, and it's associated with Sargon II, king of Assyria. You can find that in 2 Kings 17, 24 through 30. And the people from Babylon, they made Succoth, Benoth. Those from Kutha made Negral. So when it says they made him, what do you think that means? It means what I told you in the beginning. They were just made up. They were made after people, okay? And then they formed them out of clay and iron, and they put them in gardens and said, these are the gods, and you will worship them, and they are like me, and I'm the living representative. I'm the high priest. And Abraham came along, and he smashed all of them. Bow, 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 bow. I would have loved to see, I would love to see an Abraham in this day and age just walk into a place full of idols and just start smashing it in the name of the Lord. I got the bail money. I'll bail you out. are going to the church and flip over the money changer tables, you know, and start spanking people. What are you doing? This is the house of prayer. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. All right, so I also put here Esdras 532, and I also put city of Seraphim, and that's spelled Sepharvaim. Something about that city. It will come up, but didn't come up with this, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Wow. I turned 5 sentences into 15 minutes. You know, some would say that's not a gift, but others would say it is. Short attention spans. Get help. All right? Get help. It's not a sign of genius. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys. Later.